So by this point, you become arguably the number one high school track and field recruit in the United States with offers
Oh
from
yeah.
every major track and field program in the country. Talk more about the prestige of being in the conversation of being the number one recruit in the nation, the pressure to pick a school, and some of the things that were said and offered to you during your recruiting process.
So this is a part where my dad was, a big part of my life and decision. Um, a big there early on, I think all the way up to the last minute, I was going to go to USC. I really felt like I was going to go
Oh
to
wow.
USC. Yeah, and I didn't really go on any other recruitment trips. My dad was like, well, "There's no reason." He wanted me to stay home, close to the family, so I only went on two recruitment trips. Actually, one, and then at the last minute, I went on one to UCLA because I think my dad was not happy about something. I can't remember what changed his mind, and one day he's like, "Nope, we're not going to USC. We're going to UCLA." And I know Stanford called. I would talk to Stanford. I would talk to Coach Fry. He was at North Carolina.
Yeah.
Great
Oregon
conversations
had to
with him.
call you. I'm thinking Arkansas had to call you at the time, John McDonald. I'm thinking
Yeah, I
everyone had to
remember.
call
Yeah.
you.
Oh, I
Everyone
got
had to
letters
call you. Were
everywhere.
you were
Yeah.
you not? Was it just were you naive or was it just like I'm staying home? I mean, but at the time,
Oh, I
Arkansas
was
had
just.
the triple
Yeah, I was obedient.
crowns.
Yeah, I was just obedient. Like I didn't get. Like my dad had a pretty much a lockdown on it, and it's funny at the point. I mean, I was embarrassed at the point when I moved up here to run for up here, meaning Northern California, by Stanford, to run with the Nike track club. And I remember seeing Vin Lanana, who was the coach and
Yeah.
at the time head coach, and just kind of seeing him because I know there was a kind of a bad conversation him and my dad's had on the phone, and about recruiting and everything. And it ended up my dad probably was hanging up on this. Back you can hang up on people, it wasn't just pressing a button.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. He's like, I don't
and
like this.
so
Bye.
yeah, yeah, bam. And so it looked like with Ron Ellis was a coach at USC. It was definitely a fit, but I forget what happened. I really forgot what happened, what made the change. And one day my dad woke me up, was like, "You're going to UCLA." I was like, "Oh, are we? Okay." And so he calls Larson and John Smith and
Hmm.
says, "We want to make the change. We want to do this." Because I don't even remember having a recruitment trip with him. Oh, well, yeah, I
Wow.
had one recruitment trip. I had one recruitment trip with him. Yes, I do remember. It was USC and then UCLA. And then my dad called us like, "We're changing." So this was like the last week that you could. It was like in April. It was like the last week that you can
Like the early
commit.
signing period before you
Or
can
at least,
commit.
yeah, yeah. And
That
so
might have
we
been
feel like,
November. Back then, it was November. It was like you guys during the fall. They recruit everybody and sign everybody during the fall. I think
so
before you
yeah, I
sign.
missed that. Yeah, it wasn't the
Oh, you didn't
fall.
sign early. Okay, so you were
No,
late period.
late. It was in the spring. It was like definitely around Arcadia time, like in
Oh
April,
wow.
late March or April for sure. And so that's pretty much how the recruitment. Yes, it was cool getting the offers and from every college you can think of. It was just envelopes coming in every day to
That's what I was gonna
coaches
say.
and
How many
whatnot.
letters did you have? You had to have
Oh,
hundreds.
hundreds of letters, and they would get hundreds. And I wish I would have kept some of those, but no, I mean, it was from Harvard, it was from
Yeah.
Florida, Texas, every school you can think of, and it would just show what their weather was there, what they offer, and it was definitely flattering, just to be able to live up to what my dad said earlier. Is just like, we're not going to pay. I was able to go to college on a scholarship. To have it, to be able to continue my education and to be able to continue my track. My whole goal still was, being an Olympian. And I remember it's this NIL stuff is really important. Looking back
Oh
at it, it's like, man,
yeah.
that NIL would have been great back then, especially
Oh
being
yeah.
from a
UNLV.
family. Yeah, right.